A very good evening to everyone. Yatra naryastu pujyante, ramante tatra devtaha, meaning where women are honored, divinity blossoms. I, the Central DLSA, am truly honored to welcome you all to this special celebration of International Women's Day. Today is not just a celebration, it is a reflection of the strength, resilience, and contributions of women across all spheres of life. It is also a reminder of our collective responsibility to strive for justice, equality, and empowerment. To commence this event on an auspicious note, may I request our esteemed dignitaries to kindly proceed for the lighting of the lamp. Thank you, sir. The presence of our respected dignitaries today is a matter of great encouragement and inspiration for us. To show our gratitude, may I now request Honorable Mr. Justice Vibhu Bakru, Judge, High Court of Delhi and Executive Chairperson, DSLSA, to kindly present a potted plant to Honorable Mr. Justice K.V. Vishwanathan, Judge, Supreme Court of India and Mentor Judge, DSLSA. May I now request Shri Rajiv Bansal, Member Secretary, DSLSA, to kindly present a potted plant to Honorable Mr. Justice Devendra Kumar Upadhyay, Chief Justice, High Court of Delhi and Patron-in-Chief, DSLSA. May I now request Shri Naveen Gupta, Special Secretary, DSLSA, to kindly present a potted plant to Honorable Mr. Justice Vibhu Bakru, Judge, High Court of Delhi and Executive Chairperson, DSLSA. May I now request Shri Mridul Gupta, Additional Secretary, DSLSA, to kindly felicitate Honorable Madam Justice Rekha Palli, Judge, Delhi High Court. I also take this opportunity, judges of the Honorable High Court of Delhi, esteemed members of the judiciary, other dignitaries, our friends from the media, legal aid councils and PLVs who have all gathered here today. To formally welcome our distinguished guests, may I now invite Honorable Mr. Justice Vibhu Bakru to kindly deliver the welcome address.
Honorable Justice K.V. Vishwanathan, Judge, Supreme Court of India and Mentor Judge for DSLSA, our esteemed Chief Guest for this occasion, Justice Devendra Kumar Upadhyay, Chief Justice, the High Court of Delhi, and the Patron-in-Chief of DSLSA, Justice Rekha Palli, Judge, my esteemed sister judge from the court, my colleagues from the High Court, Principal District and Session Judges, Secretaries of DSLSA and DLSA, esteemed dignitaries, distinguished guests, members of the legal fraternity, paralegal volunteers, and all those gathered here to celebrate this momentous occasion. It is a privilege to stand before you as we come together to celebrate International Women's Day, a day that serves as both a tribute to the extraordinary achievement of women and a reminder of our collective responsibility to build a more just and equitable society. International Women's Day is more than just a celebration. It is a reminder of how far we have come in pursuit of gender equality and how much work still lies ahead. It is not just about individual empowerment. It is about building an inclusive society where every woman, regardless of her background, has access to justice, dignity, and opportunity. This year's theme is International Women's Day 2025 for all women and girls, rights, equality, empowerment. This year, we take this commitment a step further with a series of impactful initiatives that reinforce our dedication to women's rights and equality. We have already witnessed significant legal reforms from the Domestic Violence Act to the Sexual Harassment for Women at Workplace Act, ensuring greater protection for women. But the journey does not end here. Our efforts must continue, and DSLSA stands committed to this cause. Under the guiding principles of Seva, Samadhan, and Samarpan, DSLSA has made significant strides in advancing women's rights and legal empowerment. In the past year alone, DSLSA disbursed a record rupees 103 crores in compensation to 4,244 survivors of sexual attacks and other crimes, enabling them to reclaim their dignity and rebuild their lives. A young survivor who received rupees 10.5 lakhs is now preparing for government, an inspiring testament to how legal aid fosters resilience and hope. This year, DSLSA has also taken suo motu cognizance in several cases, ensuring swift legal assistance and rehabilitation. To further strengthen victim support, counselors are now impaneled in every DLSA, providing crucial psychological aid to survivors of sexual offenses and acid attacks. In continuance, several impactful programs and initiatives were introduced in the last year, making a difference in the lives of persons across Delhi. Project Goonj expanded access to justice through mega legal services camps and mobile legal aid clinics, ensuring that even the most marginalized persons in the remotest areas receive the support they needed. Project Disha educated over 109,000 students and teachers on cyber safety, child rights, and menstrual hygiene. Project Saksham provided rehabilitation opportunities for under-trial prisoners by organizing job mela, reinforcing our commitment to the second chances and social reintegration. Paralegal volunteers were deployed in police stations to assist in cases of missing children and gender-based violence, ensuring swift legal recourse. Project Mashal in March 2024 empowered over 10,000 women through self-defense training and legal awareness drives. It gives me great pride to say that this list is simply inclusive and not exhaustive. In our pursuit of efficiency and transparency, DSLSA has introduced the Samarpan app, a geo-attendance app that meticulously tracks attendance for workforce executing the DSLSA's initiatives. This innovation optimizes resource allocation by monitoring PLVs at police stations, door-to-door campaigns, legal services advocates, and panel lawyers at juvenile justice boards and child welfare committees. An important milestone this year was a visit to the Tihar jail, where Honorable Mr. Justice Sanjeev Khanna engaged with inmates. This visit facilitated direct interaction with inmates and overseeing facilities at vocational training units, the counseling cell, and the legal services clinic, of reaffirming DLSA's commitment to rehabilitation and access to justice. Today also marks the beginning of significant initiatives dedicated to empowering women across all districts of Delhi. One of the key aspects is enrollment of persons from marginalized communities as community paralegal volunteers under the project Virangana. Our focus on community PLVs ensures that justice is not just theoretical, but tangible and accessible. Their deep-rooted community presence allows for localized interventions tailored to the specific needs of marginalized communities. Women from diversified marginalized sections, such as those who have survived sexual offenses and acid attacks, transgender individuals, sex workers, and social workers have been trained and officially recognized as community PLVs. The persons trained and designated as paralegal volunteers from amongst those categories shall be in a better position to understand their plight and shall act as torchbearers of the rights of such persons. They will receive identity cards symbolizing their role in bringing legal aid directly to those who need it the most, ensuring that justice reaches every doorstep. In line with this commitment, DSLSA, in collaboration with Ministry of Tourism and Institute of Hotel Management, PUSA, is also organizing a vocational training program aimed at upliftment and rehabilitation of survivors of sexual offenses and acid attacks. As a step towards ensuring their financial independence, a job mela will also be conducted, providing them with meaningful employment opportunities and a pathway to a brighter future. Another crucial part of our celebrations today is recognizing the contributions of women legal services advocates and paralegal volunteers. DSLSA takes immense pride in honoring those who have shown exceptional dedication and service. Their unwavering commitment serves as an inspiration to all and stands as a testament to the power of legal aid in transforming lives. DSLSA has strengthened the capacity building and empowerment process for legal services advocates, ensuring quality legal aid. As we move forward, we will also have the privilege of hearing first-hand accounts of such success stories, stories of resilience, courage, and transformation that showcase the impact of legal aid, victim compensation, and counseling services. Those stories are a testament to our commitment to provide free and quality legal aid to all. Today also marks the inauguration of our week-long celebration under the project Vani, through which we aim to advance gender equality, protect women's rights, and eradicate violence against women by raising awareness and providing legal support. Throughout the current week, we will conduct activities in schools, colleges, jails, observations homes, night shelters, and workplaces across Delhi. These activities will include legal awareness sessions on government welfare schemes, financial assistance, and digital and financial literacy. Legal aid help desks will be set up at women's colleges, hostels, hospitals, and other public spaces to provide accessible legal assistance. The true essence of a just society lies in how it nurtures and uplifts its women. As we celebrate progress today, let us also affirm our unwavering commitment to a future where gender equality is not merely an aspiration, but a reality. Let this day be more than just a celebration. Let it be a call to action where policies translate into protection, rights into realities, and every woman finds herself empowered to shape her own destiny. Together we can ensure that justice is not only accessible, but truly transformative for every woman. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to all present here for your unwavering dedication to this cause. Let us stand together, work together, and pledge to building a more just and equitable world. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, Your Lordship, for your words of wisdom and such a warm welcome. As Sir just mentioned, we at DSLSA are committed to our motto, Seva, Samadhan, Samarpan, and are striving every day to provide the best legal services. अब हमारे बीच उपस्थित कुछ लीगल सर्विस बेनिफिशरीज का अनुभव हम एक वीडियो के माध्यम से प्रस्तुत करना चाहते हैं।
2024 में मैं आई थी तो मेरे साथ में घर में मारपीट होती थी, गाली गलौज होती थी, लेकिन जब मैंने पास की महिला पंचायत में शिकायत की उसकी, तो उन्होंने मुझे डालसा काउंसलिंग के बारे में बताया। जब मैं यहाँ आई तो यहाँ पर आके मेरे घर वालों से पूछताछ की, उन्हें समझाया गया, लेकिन उन लोगों ने मेरे ऊपर ही उल्टे झूठे इल्जाम लगाए कि हम इसके साथ कुछ नहीं करते, उल्टा ही हमारे साथ करती है। फिर इन लोगों ने जब पूछताछ की, इनको भी पता चला कि मैं सही बोल रही थी और कुछ चीज़ें उनकी भी ठीक थी, लेकिन इन्होंने जब समझाया तो सारी चीज़ें ख़त्म हुई और फिर मुझे थोड़ा सा रिलैक्स मिला जब डायरेक्ट काउंसलिंग के द्वारा मेरी काउंसलिंग हुई। फिर उसके बाद में जैसे कि आज मुझसे पहले सुनते थे कि कुछ नहीं होता काउंसलिंग वगैरह से, सब एक कोर्ट कचहरी में कुछ नहीं मिलता, लेकिन यहाँ के मेरी बात को सुना गया, समझा गया। तो मैं बात में यही बोलना चाहती हूँ कि लोग अपनी बात रख सकते हैं, कह सकते हैं और यहाँ सुना जाएगा बात। मैं यहाँ थैंक यू बोलना चाहती हूँ।
सभी को मेरा नमस्ते। मेरा नाम नाची है। जब मैं 16 साल की थी, मेरे घर के पास एक लड़का रहता था जिससे मेरी बात मेरी फ्रेंड करवाती थी और उसने मेरे से शादी का वादा करा था और उसके बाद बात आगे बढ़ी थी। और फिर मैं बीमार पड़ी थी तो मम्मी मेरे को हॉस्पिटल लेके गई थी। वहाँ डॉक्टर ने पुलिस कंप्लेंट करी थी, तो उसके बाद CWC से मेरे अबॉर्शन के ऑर्डर मिले थे और मैं बहुत डर गई थी, घबरा रही थी कि लोग क्या बोलेंगे, मेरे को बहुत बुरा बोलेंगे। फिर मेरे को DLSA से काउंसलिंग के लिए कॉल आई। फिर मैं वहाँ पर गई तो वहाँ पर मम्मी पापा को बुलाकर समझाया सबने। फिर वहाँ से मेरे को हॉस्पिटल के लिए भेजा दिखाने के लिए। वहाँ पर मेरे से किसी ने भी अच्छे से बात नहीं करी थी, सबने उल्टे सीधे सवाल किए थे। और फिर मेरे को DLSA से काउंसलिंग के लिए दोबारा बुलाया, 6-7 बार बुलाया मेरे को। फिर वहाँ पर दोबारा बुला के मेरे को एक लेटर पे ज्योति मैम ने सारे टेस्ट लिख के दिए थे। फिर उन्होंने मेरे को हॉस्पिटल भेजा था। फिर वहाँ पे मेरे सारे टेस्ट हुए थे, मेरा पूरा इलाज हुआ था वहाँ पे और सबने मेरे से अच्छे से बात करी थी। और अब मैंने अपनी पढ़ाई शुरू कर दी है, अब मैं ठीक हूँ और अब सब मेरे साथ हैं। अब मेरे को किसी भी बात का डर नहीं है। जैसे कि द्वारा जो मेरी हेल्प की गई उसके लिए मैं थैंक यू बोलना चाहती हूँ।
Namaste. I'm Monica Rathor, happy to share my experience with you all. In 2020, I found myself in the midst of a difficult and challenging situation. I was wrongfully terminated, and there were allegations of forgery pertaining to my appointment letter. During that difficult time, I learned about DSLSA and I reached out to them. They have not only helped me with the legal aid, but also supported me emotionally. I have 2 ongoing cases. One was with Rohini Court, my criminal case, and one with Patiala Court civil case. I'm happy to report that in Rohini case in 2023, I got the victory. I proved my innocence, and the current ongoing case at civil court in Patiala House is ongoing, and I'm certain that I'll get a victory here as well. A special thanks to the legal aid provided by the DSLSA to me to help me achieving the victory in my criminal case and here as well. I want you to give a message to every citizen that if you ever find yourself stuck in a situation like legal battle, always reach out to the organizations like DSLSA, who not only provide you with the professional lawyers, but also guide you through right. Thank you so much.
नमस्ते, मेरा नाम एस है और मैं एक पॉक्सो सर्वाइवर हूँ। 31 हज़ारी कोर्ट में मेरा केस चल रहा था, जहाँ मुझे DLSA की तरफ से एडवोकेट मिली। उन्होंने मेरी काफ़ी हेल्प भी करी और 2024 में उन्होंने अपराधी को सज़ा भी दिलवाई। इनफैक्ट साथ ही साथ मुझे टाइम टू टाइम काउंसलिंग भी मिली और DLSA की तरफ से मुझे कंपनसेशन भी मिला 13 लाख का। और मुझे तभी PLV के बारे में पता भी चला था, जिसके लिए मैंने अप्लाई किया और आज मैं एक कम्युनिटी PLV के तौर पे ड्यूटी कर रही हूँ, जिसकी वजह से मैं काफ़ी इंस्पायर्ड भी हुई हूँ और मुझे बहुत नॉलेज भी मिला है कि मैं अपनी लाइफ में बहुत कुछ कर सकती हूँ।
हमारे ये बेनिफिशरीज हमारे बीच उपस्थित हैं। आप सबका धन्यवाद हमारे साथ अपना अनुभव साझा करने के लिए। आपको सुनकर हमें और बेहतर करने की प्रेरणा मिलती है। Legal aid has the power to transform lives, and I would now like to shed some light upon a novel and noble initiative of DSLSA, Project Virangana. With the goal of upliftment of marginalized sections, Project Virangana was born. Under this project, women survivors of sexual offences and acid attacks, transgender individuals, sex workers, and voluntary social workers have been trained as community PLVs to assist those in need of legal aid. Our association with these individuals is not limited to training, but extends to providing vocational expertise in the field of food and beverages and housekeeping. With the help of Ministry of Tourism and IHM Pusa Road, survivors of sexual offences shall be provided vocational training free of cost, which shall span over a period of 3 weeks. Not only this, we shall also endeavor to provide jobs to these trainees through a job mela. Before we proceed any further, let us take a look at the short video of Project Virangana.
दिल्ली राज्य विधिक सेवाएं प्राधिकरण DSLSA माननीय श्री न्यायमूर्ति KV विश्वनाथन, न्यायाधीश सर्वोच्च न्यायालय, मार्गदर्शक न्यायाधीश DSLSA तथा माननीय श्री न्यायमूर्ति देवेंद्र कुमार उपाध्याय, मुख्य न्यायाधीश दिल्ली उच्च न्यायालय एवं मुख्य संरक्षक DSLSA, माननीय श्री न्यायमूर्ति विभू बाकरू, न्यायाधीश दिल्ली उच्च न्यायालय एवं कार्यकारी अध्यक्ष DSLSA और श्री राजीव बंसल, सदस्य सचिव DSLSA के नेतृत्व और दिशा निर्देश में गर्व के साथ वीरांगना नामक पहल का शुभारंभ कर रहा है, जो कानूनी ज्ञान और वकालत के माध्यम से वंचित समुदायों के व्यक्तियों को सशक्त बनाने के लिए समर्पित है। यह कार्यक्रम विभिन्न पृष्ठभूमियों से आने वाले व्यक्तियों जैसे कि यौन हिंसा और एसिड हमलों के पीड़ितों, ट्रांसजेंडर समुदायों के व्यक्तियों, यौन कर्मी और उनके कल्याण के लिए काम करने वाले नागरिक समाज संगठनों के लोगों को सामुदायिक पैरालीगल वॉलंटियर्स के रूप में प्रशिक्षित करने का लक्ष्य रखता है। यह व्यक्ति अक्सर प्रणालीगत भेदभाव, कानूनी चुनौतियों और सामाजिक कलंक का सामना करते हैं, जिससे उन्हें न्याय, पुनर्वास और पुनः एकीकरण प्राप्त करने में कठिनाइयां होती हैं। इस पहल के माध्यम से उन्हें कानूनी ज्ञान और वकालत कौशल से सशक्त बनाकर अपने समुदायों की सहायता करने, जागरूकता बढ़ाने और न्याय तक पहुंच सुनिश्चित करने में सक्षम बनाया जाएगा, जिससे कोई भी व्यक्ति अपनी पृष्ठभूमि या परिस्थितियों के कारण अपने अधिकारों से वंचित न रहे। इसके अतिरिक्त DSLSA होटल प्रबंधन, खान पान और पोषण संस्थान पूसा, भारतीय पर्यटन मंत्रालय के समन्वय और सहयोग से यौन अपराधों के पीड़ितों और एसिड हमलों के जीवित बचे लोगों को व्यावसायिक प्रशिक्षण प्रदान करेगा। इस पहल के तहत उन्हें आतिथ्य क्षेत्र से जुड़े खाद्य एवं पेय पदार्थ तथा हाउसकीपिंग जैसे उच्च रोजगार क्षमता वाले क्षेत्रों में मुफ्त प्रशिक्षण दिया जाएगा। यह 3 सप्ताह का प्रशिक्षण कार्यक्रम अंतर्राष्ट्रीय महिला दिवस के अवसर पर यानी 8 मार्च 2025 से प्रारंभ होगा। इस प्रशिक्षण कार्यक्रम के पूर्व होने के बाद DSLSA राउज एवेन्यू कोर्ट परिसर में एक जॉब मेला भी आयोजित किया जाएगा। यह प्रयास न केवल उनके पुनर्वास में सहायता करेंगे, बल्कि उन्हें सशक्तिकरण में भी योगदान देंगे। आज अंतर्राष्ट्रीय महिला दिवस के अवसर पर चयनित व्यक्तियों को औपचारिक रूप से DSLSA के तहत पैरालीगल वॉलंटियर्स के रूप में नामांकित किया जाएगा और उन्हें आधिकारिक पहचान पत्र प्रदान किए जाएंगे। यह पहल सम्मान, न्याय और समावेशन की दिशा में एक महत्वपूर्ण कदम है, जो यह सुनिश्चित करता है कि कोई भी अपने अधिकारों से वंचित न रहे। यहाँ वीरांगना परियोजना की यात्रा की कुछ झलकियाँ प्रस्तुत हैं।
इस अंतर्राष्ट्रीय महिला दिवस पर यह पहल सशक्तिकरण और समावेशन का प्रतीक बनकर खड़ी है, जो पीड़ितों और वंचित समुदायों के व्यक्तियों को आत्मनिर्णय का अधिकार प्रदान करती हैं। हम मिलकर एक अधिक न्याय संगत, समान और संवेदनशील समाज की ओर बढ़ रहे हैं, जहां कोई भी पीछे ना छूटे। धन्यवाद।
Thank you. This project would not have been possible without the support of Ministry of Tourism and IHM Pusa Road, As a token of our gratitude, may I request our Honorable Chief Guest to kindly present a token of our appreciation to Mr. Roshan M. Thomas, Director, Skill and Capacity Building Division from Ministry of Tourism, and Dr. Anshu Singh, HOD Management from IHM Pusa Road. May I call for a huge round of applause in recognition of their huge contribution. Thank you, sir. Now, as you've seen in the video, Project Virangana aims to bridge the gap between communities and the justice system. After the training imparted to these individuals from diverse backgrounds on 20th and 21st of February 2025, our PLVs are only eagerly waiting for their official identity cards to begin their role as Adhikar Mitra. इसलिए बिना किसी विलंब के अब मैं आग्रह करूंगी हमारे आदरणीय मुख्य अतिथि से कि वह हमारे अधिकार मित्रों को उनके पहचान पत्र प्रदान करें। समय के अभाव के कारण हम सभी अधिकार मित्रों को मंच पर बुलाने में असमर्थ हैं। मैं आग्रह करती हूं कि हमारे कुछ अधिकार मित्र मंच पर आएं और अपने पहचान पत्र प्राप्त करके सबका प्रतिनिधित्व करें। सबसे पहले मैं मंच पर बुलाना चाहूंगी मिस विंशी को। मिस ज्योति देवी, मिस रमा गुप्ता, we extend our heartfelt congratulations and best wishes to our newly inducted PLVs. Be assured that your dedication will be instrumental in creating a more just and inclusive society. We are privileged to have amongst us Honorable Mr. Justice Devendra Kumar Upadhyay, a distinguished jurist and a beacon of legal excellence. His Lordship served as Judge of the Allahabad High Court and Chief Justice of Bombay High Court earlier, and now Delhi Judiciary has the privilege of having Sir as our guiding force. Sir's commitment to justice and judicial reform has significantly contributed to strengthening the legal spectrum. I would also like to mention that it was with Sir's guidance that plans are afoot to expand the scope of existing permanent Lok Adalats by including other public utility services apart from electricity matters. May I now request Your Lordship to kindly address the gathering.
Honorable Mr. Justice K.B. Vishwanathan, Judge Supreme Court of India and mentor, Delhi State Legal Services Authority. Brother Justice Vibhu Bhakru, Judge High Court of Delhi and Executive Chairperson, Delhi State Legal Services Authority. Sister Justice Rekha Palli, my esteemed sister and brother judges of High Court of Delhi, Principal District and Sessions Judges, Mr. Bansal, Member Secretary, Delhi State Legal Services Authority, other judicial officers, learned members of the bar, distinguished guests, the newly inducted PLVs, ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening and namaskar to all present here. I feel very happy to be part of this function being organized, not only to commemorate the International Women's Day, but also we are launching today, or from 8th of March, our new project called Virangana. I compliment the Delhi State Legal Services Authority, the Member Secretary, all others associated with it, to have conceived the project and launched it. I think it will go a long way so far as the women causes are concerned. Our dear compere started the function by narrating some portion of a Sanskrit shlok. Yatra नार्यस्तु पूज्यन्ते रमन्त्रे तत्र देवता. हिंदी की साधारण भाषा में अनुवाद ऐसे हुआ कि जहाँ पर नारियों की पूजा होती है वहाँ देवता रमण करते हैं. मेरा थोड़ा सा आग्रह है इस विषय पर. मेरी अपनी समझ में women need to be respected more than they are to be worshipped. That would be my request to all present here. You know, in the society at various forums, we keep on talking about gender justice, gender related issues. For addressing such issues, first of all, what every single member in the society needs to do is to change the very mindset. You know, if anyone sitting here asks me about my age, I would easily say I am 50, 59, 60 years of age. But actually, in fact, I am 2000 plus 59 years of age. The reason is that whatever has undergone in these 2000 years in this society, I carry this baggage with me, and therefore, with the changing society, with the changing terms in the society, if you have to reach out to the woman and remove the gender related inequalities and other kinds of injustices, we need to shun whatever baggage we carry, baggage of 2000 years behind our own growth. So that's the first thing I was like to emphasize today. Unless and until we change our mindset, what happens, you know, these kinds of injustices prevalent in the society, they keep on happening in our presence, in front of us, before us, but we remain many a times in a denial mode. So that denial mode has to be shunned. We have to come out of it, recognize the problem, and then only we'll be able to sort it out. And this denial mode happens only because we carry a baggage. We all hail from a very different backgrounds of our education, different backgrounds of our society where we are born, different background of our schools. We come, every one of us come from a different culture. We speak different language, different dialects of the same language. So these things do constitute our psyche. So that needs to be, first of all, addressed, that we have to change our mindset. Only then we will be able to achieve the gender justice, or we will be able to remove all kinds of injustices based in the society on gender. I had a written speech also with me. You know, all of you know the history of International Women's Day. It is a result of a concerted effort by all women demanding their rights. The first such effort which strengthened this movement, or which culminated in celebration of International Women's Day, is the demand by a section of women for limited number of working hours. Number one. Number two, for their right to vote. You will be astonished to note that in countries like US, right to vote to women was not available. We are lucky that our framers of the Constitution gave universal suffrage right to everyone, to every woman, to every man in the society. That way we are lucky. So that is how it started. There have been various stages of women's movement on the international arena, and this recognition of International Women's Day and celebration need not remain as a ritual alone. That is what I would urge. Apart from this, I am very happy to note that we in our society have a legislation like State Legal Services Authorities Act. The function of the Legal Services Authorities Act is not only to provide legal aid, it is helping the society in various other manners. It is reaching out to the people, to the needy, not only who are in need of legal aid, but even otherwise. It is even helping the government to take the schemes to the actual beneficiaries in many ways. So these are some of the functions legislatively mandated to the Legal Services Authority throughout the country and in each state as well. So on this occasion, while expressing my happiness to be part of this function today in the celebration of International Women's Day, and also complimenting the Delhi Legal Services, State Legal Services Authority to have undertaken so many projects about which Brother Vibhu Bakru talked about. And I must compliment, congratulate, and wish that the new project initiated by Delhi State Legal Services Authority, Virangana and Vani, shall go a long way with the help of all those who are associated with the legal services in the state of Delhi. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Your Lordship, for your inspiring and thought-provoking words. Your guidance has truly added great value to today's event and will surely leave a lasting impact on all of us. Now, we take a brief look at Project Vani, an initiative of DSLSA dedicated to gender equality, legal awareness, and women empowerment. This initiative aims to create a far-reaching impact through legal awareness programs, workshops, and legal aid help desks across Delhi. I now present to you a few glimpses of Project Vani.
दिल्ली राज्य विधिक सेवाएं प्राधिकरण DSLSA माननीय श्री न्यायमूर्ति KV विश्वनाथन, न्यायाधीश सर्वोच्च न्यायालय, मार्गदर्शक न्यायाधीश DSLSA एवं माननीय श्री न्यायमूर्ति देवेंद्र कुमार उपाध्याय, मुख्य न्यायाधीश दिल्ली उच्च न्यायालय एवं मुख्य संरक्षक DSLSA, माननीय श्री न्यायमूर्ति विभू बाकरू, न्यायाधीश दिल्ली उच्च न्यायालय एवं कार्यकारी अध्यक्ष DSLSA और श्री राजीव बंसल, सदस्य सचिव DSLSA के मार्गदर्शन में समाज के वंचित वर्गों के लिए न्याय तक समान पहुंच सुनिश्चित करने में अग्रणी रहा है। इसी दृष्टिकोण के तहत DSLSA गर्वपूर्वक वानी सशक्त आवास सक्षम समाज परियोजना की शुरुआत कर रहा है, जो महिलाओं को उनके कानूनी अधिकारों, न्यायिक मार्गों और उपलब्ध सहायता प्रणालियों के बारे में जागरूक करके उन्हें सशक्त बनाने के लिए समर्पित एक परिवर्तनकारी पहल है। महिलाओं का सशक्तिकरण जागरूकता, ज्ञान और न्याय तक पहुंच से जुड़ा हुआ है। हालांकि कई महिलाएं उपलब्ध कानूनी सुरक्षा, अधिकारों और समर्थन तंत्र से अनजान रहती हैं। इस जागरूकता की कमी के कारण भेदभाव, हिंसा और सामाजिक असमानता जैसी चुनौतियां उत्पन्न हो सकती हैं। परियोजना वानी का उद्देश्य इन मुद्दों को हल करना है, जिससे महिलाओं को आवश्यक जानकारी, संसाधन और कानूनी सहायता प्रदान की जा सके, ताकि वे अपने अधिकारों का प्रभावी ढंग से प्रयोग कर सके और न्याय प्राप्त कर सके। यह सप्ताह भर चलने वाली पहल 2 मार्च से 8 मार्च 2025 तक आयोजित की जाएगी, जिसमें व्यापक कानूनी जागरूकता और सशक्तिकरण के लिए विभिन्न कार्यक्रमों की श्रृंखला आयोजित की जाएगी। इस पहल के प्रमुख क्षेत्रों में शामिल है महिलाओं के लिए न्याय तक पहुंच, लैंगिक आधारित हिंसा का मुकाबला, कानूनी पेशे में महिलाओं की भागीदारी, साइबर सुरक्षा एवं डिजिटल साक्षरता, वंचित महिलाओं के लिए कानूनी सहायता और समर्थन। अपनी उद्देश्यों की प्राप्ति हेतु परियोजना वानी कानूनी जागरूकता, आत्मरक्षा प्रशिक्षण और सहायता सेवाओं के माध्यम से वंचित महिलाओं को सशक्त बना रही है। 2 मार्च 2025 को समुदायों, आश्रय गृहों, जेलों और कार्यस्थलों में कानूनी जागरूकता कार्यशालाओं का आयोजन किया गया, जिसमें प्रमुख कानूनों और अधिकारों पर जानकारी दी गई। 3 मार्च 2025 को महिलाओं के स्वास्थ्य, मानसिक कल्याण और पालन पोषण पर केंद्रित संवेदनशीलता कार्यक्रम आयोजित किए गए, जिससे आवश्यक ज्ञान और सहायता प्रदान की गई। आज 4 मार्च को विभिन्न स्थलों पर आत्मरक्षा प्रशिक्षण आयोजित किए जा रहे हैं, जिससे महिलाओं को आवश्यक कौशल प्रदान किए जा सके। 5 मार्च 2025 को ट्रांसजेंडर्स व्यक्तियों और यौन कर्मियों के लिए कानूनी सहायता कार्यक्रम आयोजित किए जाएंगे। साथ ही आधार पंजीकरण में सहायता प्रदान की जाएगी। 6 मार्च 2025 को साइबर सुरक्षा और ऑनलाइन सुरक्षा कार्यशालाएं आयोजित की जाएंगी, जिससे डिजिटल गोपनीयता, वित्तीय साक्षरता और साइबर अपराधों से सुरक्षा के बारे में जागरूकता बढ़ेगी। 7 मार्च 2025 को बहु कानूनी सेवा शिविरों का आयोजन किया जाएगा, जिसमें चिकित्सा सहायता, कानूनी सहायता डेस्क तथा मतदाता और श्रम कार्ड पंजीकरण की सुविधा दी जाएगी। 8 मार्च 2025 को इस पहल का समापन सरकारी कल्याणकारी योजनाओं, वित्तीय सहायता कार्यक्रमों और रोजगार के अवसरों पर जागरूकता सत्र के साथ किया जाएगा, जिससे दीर्घकालिक सशक्तिकरण को बढ़ावा मिलेगा। यह पहल केवल जागरूकता तक सीमित नहीं है, ये कार्रवाई परिवर्तन और सशक्तिकरण का प्रतीक है। जब महिलाएं अपने कानूनी अधिकारों के बारे में जानती हैं, तो उन्हें स्वयं, अपने परिवार और अपने समुदायों की रक्षा करने की शक्ति मिलती है। परियोजना वाणी के माध्यम से DSLSA न्याय, समानता और सशक्तिकरण के प्रति अपनी अटूट प्रतिबद्धता को दोहराता है, सुनिश्चित करते हुए कि हर महिला की आवाज सुनी जाए, मूल्यवान हो और संरक्षित रहे। धन्यवाद।
Thank you. I am certain that these activities shall encourage more women to be assertive of their rights at all times. Now, on the occasion of International Women's Day, we move towards recognizing the tireless efforts of those working in the field of legal aid. We now request our Honorable Chief Guest to felicitate the best women legal services advocates and paralegal volunteers who have displayed exceptional dedication to serving society. These outstanding individuals have been selected from a pool of over hundreds of LACs and PLVs, which is a glorifying achievement. सबसे पहले मैं बुलाना चाहूंगी CWC पैनल से मिस S. रमा। Please give her a huge round of applause. Ms. Navruti Ojha from Centralized Panel of DSLSA. From ADJ Panel, Ms. Neha Mishra, New Delhi DLSA. ASJ पैनल से मिस कंचन शर्मा, वेस्ट DLSA। From civil panel, Miss Mansi Bhushan, Northwest DLSA. JMFC पैनल से मिस गीतांजलि तिवारी, सेंट्रल DLSA। Please keep the applause coming. From family panel, Miss Meenu Sharma, Southeast DLSA. कंज्यूमर पैनल से मिस नैना वालिया, साउथ DLSA। Best LADC, Miss Aditi Gupta from North DLSA. Best Student PLV, Miss Neha Shokeen, Northwest DLSA. Best Community PLV, Ms. Jyoti Kumari. However, she is not present today. So may I request the Secretary, Southwest District, to kindly take the honor on her behalf. A heartfelt congratulations to all the awardees. Your unwavering commitment to service and justice is an inspiration to us all. We now take a moment to honor our esteemed chief guest. I request Honorable Mr. Justice Devendra Kumar Upadhyay to kindly honor his lordship. Thank you, sir. Honorable Mr. Justice K.V. Vishwanathan was designated as a senior advocate in the year 2009 and was also appointed as Additional Solicitor General of India in the year 2013. Sir has appeared as amicus in several matters of national importance, and his contribution to the justice system is exemplary. Sir was elevated to the Honorable Supreme Court of India directly from the bar in the year 2023. Without any further ado, may I now invite His Lordship to kindly deliver the presidential address.
Chief Justice of the High Court of Delhi and Patron-in-Chief of DSLSA, Justice Devendra Kumar Upadhyay ji, Justice Vibhu Bakru, Judge, Delhi High Court and Executive Chairman, DSLSA, Justice Rekha Palli, distinguished judges of the Delhi High Court, Sri Rajiv Bansal, Member Secretary, DSLSA, distinguished members of the audience, ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you. If one is asked as to how would one define success, you're not able to hear me? Is it okay now? If one is asked as to how success would be defined, it's actually not what one achieves. As somebody famously said, it is measured by the number of hurdles you surmount. So next time when you are assessing if someone is successful, don't go by the office he is holding, which is superficial, but see the number of hurdles he would have surmounted. And I say this because it is extremely contextual. On the celebration and commemoration of the International Women's Day, which is of course on 8th, because we have published literature which shows the number of hardships that they have undergone. Just sample this. They were not allowed into college. Women were not allowed into college. Then after a lot of protests, they were told, all right, you can come into college, but we will not give you the graduation degree. After they fought and succeeded to get the graduation degree, they were told that you cannot enroll in any profession. We will, of course, later in our speech pay tribute to three prominent Indian women, because we are in the Delhi High Court, a prominent legal institution, and we need to recollect what happened in the early part of the 20th century as far as the legal profession was concerned. After they were allowed to be enrolled, as the Chief Justice rightly said, they said, we won't give you the right to vote. And that was also surmounted. And if you see the underlying cause as to why all this happened, one could decipher at least three good reasons. One was numerically they were in a minority compared to the men. Secondly, they were economically made dependent. And that is why programs like this became very significant, because what is now being done, including in this event, is that women are initiated into vocational training, into employment, so that economic independence is of primordial importance. And thirdly, education. There could be other causes. That is why Regina Guha, Sudhanshu Bala Hazra, and Cornelia Sorabji require special mention here. Each of them became a law graduate, but they were not allowed to enroll because the Legal Practitioners Act, which then stood, used the masculine gender. And what is shocking is that even though the definition clause in the statute itself prior to the General Clauses Act said that masculine would include feminine, it was so construed as to exclude women. So Sudhanshu Bala Hasra lost her fight for enrollment, Regina Guha lost, Cornelia Sorabji succeeded in Allahabad, and then started the enrollment of women in the legal profession. And today it's a matter of pride that there are a number of them who adorn and share judicial power at different levels. So International Women's Day is rightly acknowledged in numerous countries as a tribute to the relentless efforts towards advancing women's rights. However, it also serves as a reminder, as was mentioned by both Chief Justice Upadhyaya, Justice Bakru, that the true gender equality is yet to be fully achieved. Statistics show that participation of women in the labor force in India has increased to 37%, which is still lesser than the global average of 47%. The decline is attributed to several causes because of the hardships they undergo, because of the institution of marriage and the problems that has, but many have surmounted it. I don't say it's a problem in that sense, because we get misquoted, so I have to be very careful when I speak. What I meant is that the advantages that men have are not there for women. There's a very interesting article, including of Lady Hale. Any of you accessing the UK Supreme Court website, please go through it. 100 years of women in the law, and she has graphically, chronicled the hardships they have undergone. I must compliment the Delhi State Legal Services Authority. DSLSA has undertaken a commendable initiative by enrolling individuals from marginalized communities as community paralegal volunteers. This is extremely significant. Many of us had occasion to write in the Supreme Court. I was also part of a recent judgment. Awareness is very important in legal aid. particularly in the context of women. Access to justice to all is a fundamental guaranteed right under Article 14 and 21. However, women face a lot of challenges in accessing legal services. Firstly, there are regional disparities in the availability and reach of these services in rural areas. Urban centers tend to have better accessibility, leaving rural women at a disadvantage. Secondly, lack of awareness coupled with low legal literacy hinders women from seeking assistance even when services are available. That is why it was so heartening to see in the first video 3 women share their experiences in 3 different spheres. Thirdly, social stigma, cultural norms, and fear of reprisal discourage women from reporting incidents and seeking legal assistance. Additionally, bureaucratic hurdles and complex legal processes act as deterrents, making it challenging for women to navigate the legal system. Lastly, insufficient resources, understaffing, and inadequate training of personnel impact the ability of legal aid organization to provide timely legal aid. That is why PLA or paralegal assistance become extremely significant, because they do the last mile connectivity between the person in need of aid and they reach it to the person who can provide the aid. And I congratulate each one of them who obtained the award today for their meritorious work, because without awareness and without the outreach, it is extremely difficult. And I must compliment Chief Justice Khanna, who went and saw the prison. Justice Gawai, who is chairperson of the National Legal Services Authority, has been traveling far and wide for both awareness and outreach. And Chief Justice Lalit, all weekends, at least for 1 year when he was the NALSA chairperson, took it upon himself to carry the message of legal services to the remote corners of the country. If you are wondering why the Chief Justice Devendra Upadhyay ji, after his speech, leaned over twice, and what was he whispering to me? He wanted me to convey, at least to the judicial officers first in Delhi and all over the nation, that the effectiveness of the enforcement of the PC-PNDT Act has to be reinforced. And he had a doubt that I may not be able to fully, know the acronym, which was true because I was trying to Google. So he wrote it in a slip: Preconception and Prenatal Determination of Sex Techniques Act. Chief Justice rightly feels that the enforcement leaves much to be desired. Mentioned to me that both in Bombay and in Allahabad and in Delhi, he finds that prosecutions are few and far between. And so that is one area which we all feel, and the Chief Justice strongly feels, rightly, that it has to be emphasized. I am so happy that the Delhi State Legal Services Authority is, as part of its activity, recognizing the rights of the transgender community. As you are aware, in the Supreme Court judgment of NALSA, the oft-quoted one, the Supreme Court of India recognized that the third gender persons are entitled to fundamental rights under the Constitution and international law. Court upheld the right of all individuals to self-identity, their gender, and ruled that transgender legally be recognized as the third gender. The court emphasized that transgender persons face extreme discrimination, which is in violation of their right to equality, and affirmed their right to express their gender through dress, words, action, or behavior. Additionally, Supreme Court ruled that the prohibition of discrimination under Article 15 and 16 extends beyond the binaries, the biological sex, to include gender identity. This means that discrimination on the basis of gender identity is unconstitutional. In the light of this, state governments were directed to implement mechanisms to safeguard and realize the rights of the third gender persons. And as part of the process today, the Delhi Legal Services Authority is also fighting to ameliorate their rights, give them vocational training, and bring them into the mainstream. Equally heartening is the efforts made to rehabilitate the sex workers. Long before, when we were in initial years of practice, we remember Gaurav Jain, a lawyer fighting for the cause of sex workers. None of us realized the importance of this. In Gaurav Jain versus Union of India, the Supreme Court addressed the rights of the children of sex workers. Court held that segregating these children into separate schools and hostels would not be in their best interest or that of society, and in the process laid down the need to rehabilitate them. I was so happy that the Delhi State Legal Services Authority has taken up the lead, has initiated the process of bringing them into the fold of the paralegal volunteers. I think it's a fantastic effort, and I congratulate the Delhi State Legal Service Authority, Sri Bansal, the member secretary, and all the members who have played a part in it. To conclude, I just have two quotations, one from the famous Judge Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Women belong in all places where decisions are being made. It shouldn't be that women are an exception, she said. And Lady Hale, whose article I referred to you, said values of justice, fairness and equality should be embedded in our laws, and that should be in relation to men and women, black and white, the poor and rich. Everyone, she said, should feel confident that law is there for them if they need it. But mere existence of law in the statute will not help. That is where the Legal Services Authority Act, setting up the district, state and the National Legal Service Authority, has played a great role. I wish Delhi State Legal Service Authority continued success. I wish you all good luck, and I am so happy to participate in today's function and be part of this event. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Your Lordship, for your profound words and for inspiring us with your vision for justice and empowerment. To formally conclude the proceedings, I now invite Shri Rajiv Bansal, Member Secretary, DSLSA, to propose the vote of thanks.
Honorable Mr. Justice K.V. Vishwanathan, Judge, Supreme Court of India, and Mentor Judge, DSLSA. Honorable Mr. Justice Devendra Kumar Upadhyay, Chief Justice, High Court of Delhi, and Patron-in-Chief, DSLSA. Honorable Mr. Justice Vibhu Bakru, Judge, High Court of Delhi, and Executive Chairman, DSLSA. Honorable Ms. Justice Rekha Palli, Judge, High Court of Delhi. Esteemed judges of the High Court of Delhi, distinguished dignitaries, legal professionals, paralegal volunteers, and esteemed guests. It's a profound honor to extend a heartfelt vote of thanks on this significant occasion when we celebrate International Women's Day and reaffirm our commitment to gender justice and empowerment. I express my deepest gratitude to Honorable Mr. Justice K.V. Vishwanathan, our esteemed chief guest, for gracing this occasion with his presence and inspiring address. Lordship, your unwavering dedication to justice and inclusivity continues to guide us in making legal aid accessible and effective. As Mentor Judge of DSLSA, your leadership has strengthened our mission. I am immensely grateful to Honorable Mr. Justice Devendra Kumar Upadhyay for his exemplary leadership and commitment to strengthening access to justice. Lordship, your vision and encouragement are invaluable in our pursuit of legal empowerment. A special appreciation to Honorable Mr. Justice Vibhu Bakru, whose dynamic leadership as Executive Chairman DSLSA has propelled key initiatives bridging the gap between law and those who need it the most. Lordship, your guidance has been instrumental in reinforcing the role of legal aid in fostering a more equitable society. It is also my privilege to express deep gratitude to Honorable Ms. Justice Rekha Palli, whose steadfast commitment to justice and equality has been an inspiration. Ladyship, your dedication to upholding the rights of marginalized communities, particularly women, strengthens our collective resolve. Today's celebration is marked by significant initiatives aimed at empowering marginalized communities and enhancing access to justice. Our project Virangana, Women Survivors of Sexual Offences and Acid Attack, along with transgender individuals, sex workers, and social workers, have been designated as community paralegal volunteers to extend legal assistance to those in need. Women legal service advocates and paralegal volunteers who have demonstrated exceptional dedication have been honored for their contributions. Success stories of legal aid, victim compensation, and Lok Adalats have been shared, along with insights from psychological counselors on the impact of mental health support for survivors. The inauguration of Project Vani, Sashakt Awaaz Saksham Samaj, marks the beginning of a week-long campaign raising awareness on women's legal rights, government welfare schemes, financial literacy, and mental wellness through legal aid desks, self-defense training, and outreach programs. These initiatives reaffirm DSLSA's unwavering commitment to justice, inclusivity, and empowerment for all. I extend my heartfelt appreciation to all legal professionals and paralegal volunteers whose dedication ensures that legal services reach those who need it the most. Your selfless service is the backbone of our mission, and today's celebration is a tribute to our commitment. I express my sincere gratitude to our distinguished guests, supporters, and participants for their presence and encouragements. Your participation has strengthened our resolve to build a society where justice and equality are not just aspirations but realities for every woman. IHM and Ministry of Tourism also deserve a mention from this podium for their support, without which this program might not have seen the light of the day. We look forward for your continued support even in future. Finally, I extend my sincere gratitude to media, housekeeping personnel, horticulture team, technicians, caretaking and catering staff, our staff members, and our dedicated secretaries whose tireless efforts have made this event possible. Your hard work behind the scenes has ensured the smooth execution of our initiatives, and I deeply appreciate your commitment. With these words, I conclude with a renewed pledge to uphold the values of justice, equality, and empowerment. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words and for acknowledging everyone's effort in organizing this event. National Anthem.